Hello, Lorenzo here. Welcome back to Tylo and Eeloo, episode 2. We are forging onwards to, well, settling Tylo and Eeloo. Let's have a look at the situation at hand. We are building a plane, true and honest, and we are building an Orbitron in the VAB, which will take 10 days. So first we'll get this thing that we can do something with. It won't be able to go really high. Let's see if we can do anything with that. Maybe we can do this. I don't think we can. It won't be able to go high enough. It has like 3 fuel tanks. Small ones. We can't bolt on anything. No. We are going to use that to just fly to a biome that we haven't been before. Fairly boring stuff. And... oh, we have an oh, we have the orbiter active, obviously. Alright. So we're going to fly that to wherever. And in the meantime... let's have a look. This thing is, I think it was already researching, like in the oh, we get points available. Let's upgrade the VAB build rate. Yeah, there we go. And I want to see, oh yeah, this will take 7 days. Then we can design a ship that uses that. So yeah, this is first up. And then we can queue that after this one. Then we can build a proper ship that will do the next mission. Probably a lunar flyby or something. Something I've figured out, actually I just came up with, is that we're gonna need to upgrade the tracking station before we can do an Eeloo flyby, because that will allow us to do maneuver nodes, and now we can't do maneuver nodes. Also, if we upgrade it, let's see, what do we then get? We get, oh, we still don't get maneuver nodes. Maybe. I'm not sure. Or do we upgrade something else to get maneuver nodes? Astronaut complex upgrade required for resource surface sample. Resource transfer, we still need that. Ooh, we need lots of these things. Let's see. Kerbals can disembark. EVAs and flags. This is also needed, because then if we orbit, we can do lots of science. Let's see. Administration building, we don't need that yet. Oh man, this is hard. Which upgrade are we gonna do first? Flight planning is in mission control. Okay, so we probably need first the launch pad for larger vessels, then tracking station, and then mission control. And this will also give us more active contracts. Yes, that's good. These 3 first. Alright. And then now we're gonna warp to the completion. Oh, epilepsy alert! Warp to the completion of this fake aeroplane. And we've learned that this doesn't really work. I tried this to make 2 rockets simultaneously, but the spaceplane hangar builds so slowly. That's really going to be a different track of design, which I think is sorta nice. Alright, launch it. Let's not have Jebediah in here, but let's have Bob in here. Launch. He's a scientist, and we should have him get some experience, because then, well, he'll be experienced. Alright, so the sole mission here is to fly to a place where we haven't got science yet. Of course, this thing also doesn't have an antenna. We can probably just do science here. Yeah, we will keep this, and then we'll have to land somewhere else so we can climb out, and maybe we can do that trick here, where we climb out, take this experiment, store the experiment, and I'll get back on board, and we can get another one. Alright, firing the boosters, full speed ahead, and we'll tilt this way rather quickly. Yes. This is going catastrophically wrong. Already everything is going to hell. Let's see, can we aim somewhere else? Full throttle. Full throttle. No, well, we're going up again. It's plain true and honest, has no operational SAS modules. Okay. Alright, no SAS, and we need pilots for that. Okay, we don't have that. Okay, further. Let's turn back. Boom. Is this also why it doesn't control at all? It does have reaction wheels, just no automatic SAS. Right, this is a failure. I don't know what exactly went wrong. It's probably the fact that they built this in the spaceplane hangar. Full speed ahead or back. Can we get a crew report with... Oh no, this is the old one. Yeah, another one, yay. Okay, well then that's mission accomplished. Let's try and land. That was a fairly short mission. And for the better, because we want to get off planet. We don't want to muck about with this. Let's see, there's a button here I've never pressed before. Filter list the current vessel. Okay, that's not interesting for now. Okay, we have 164 days until our first exploration window to... Oh, thrusting for a landing. Oh dear. Oh dear, don't die. Oh, he didn't die. Wonderful. Okay, let's get a... Can we have them do surface samples? Yeah, EVA report. Open inventory. I still don't know how this works. If we can do anything with that. Scrap part? Shall we try that with the engine? I think this is the inventory mod. Can he carry around an engine? Scrap part. Only engineers can disassemble parts into scrap. Okay, this is turning out to be interesting. Not for Bob though. So there's a role for everything. Engineers can turn parts into scrap, which will probably go into the inventory. Science guys get more science, and flight guys can fly better. That's good. Recovered the vessel. This was a silly mission, but we learned something. So there's that. Right on. Okay, we're not going to do the spaceplane hangar thing again. We are going to... Yeah, we're going to warp to completion of the tech module. And then we can build a proper ship that will do good stuff, I think. And we can research another node, because I want to get radial decouplers. Okay, tech node. Yeah, there we have this. It's research now. Yeah, don't have to purchase this. This is probably a difficulty setting that I didn't do. Well, oops. Not going to worry about that. Sorry about all the sniffling, by the way. I still got the remnants of a cold on me. I was quite sick from that actually, but now I'm well, almost all better. So that's good. This is a pity. A wrench? A tool to attach or detach smallest parts to your vehicles. Just a simple wrench. Oh god, this is going to be complicated. I want this one. The radial decoupler, so I can make a proper multi-stage rocket. But I also really want this one. No, I mean this one, so I can build actual airplanes. Actually, can I? No, there aren't any jet engines. But I can make a rocket-powered Kerbal ground surveyor. Why not? But most of all, the probe core. But for that, I would also need the solar panel here. So for now, let's get this so we can start building rockets. Research. 9 days. Oh my god. And that would give us radial decouplers, which we need before we can build a true and proper ship. So what do we want to have the VAB build after this orbiter finishes? Part inventory. Do I have anything? Oh yeah, I have some stuff. I have stuff here. This goes quicker, I think. Yeah, this is good. Alright. So what will I have the VAB build in the meantime? We will make it to orbit, I think. We won't be able to go outside on that orbit, I think. Damn it, I want the radial decouplers. Alright, VAB gets to build nothing. That's inefficient. can we make Kerbals go on EVA? Then we can get a lot of science in this orbital mission. Let's see, is that here? Astronaut complex. Kerbals can perform EVAs for 70 grand. Yeah, let's get that. That's, I mean, that's the quickest road to lots of science for now. Boom. This will probably also take time. Will it? Actually, no. That was instant. Okay then. So now we can go on EVA. We can actually do some useful stuff. Warp to completion, please. I want this Orbitron now. We are again 5 days closer to our launch window. We are paving the way for our unmanned probe by sending a man into orbit. Because of course we are. Right, tech is first. Rollout. That takes 2 hours. Right on, more. Rolling it out. Come on, finish it before nightfall. Yes, we will be able to launch. I think I'm gonna launch retrograde so I can see more daylight. Let's do that. Alright then. Launchy launch. Jebediah is on the helm, that's good. And we'll do the tried and proven, trusty, circling the planet and taking EVA science reports. It's a bit dreary, true, but we'll do it. And we're not gonna go retrograde anyway, after all, because I feel I could benefit from the Coriolis effect, because this rocket is actually not that big. I have to take care, because this is of course with Ferrum Aerospace, and I can't just wrench the rocket around, it will explode. And we aren't actually very rich at this point, because we spent money on the EVA suits. So it would actually be quite horrible to have this mission fail. So I'm genuinely trying to steer a nice course. Let's see. Can we get a crew report that we didn't have already? No. Oh god, oh god, oh god, please let me steer a nice course. Please, hello, this way. Come on, be nice, rocket, be nice. We're approaching max Q now, I think. We're at like 400 meters per second and not that high yet. If we ascend like 5 or 6 more kilometers, we should be fine. We're at 12 kilometers now. Chute deployment is unsafe. I was not considering deploying the chute here, to be honest. That would be fairly reckless. We're coming up on 20 kilometers where the atmosphere starts getting noticeably thinner. Our fuel is about halfway gone. Feeling good about that. Cool, we're at 23 kilometers. That should be fine. And I'm feeling way too much excitement for what is an incredible routine mission. Throttling back a little bit so I can make the turn gradual and not overshoot too much on the altitude, because this was a very steep ascent and it didn't necessarily mean it to be very steep. Let's have a look at the map view. Actually 80 kilometer apoapsis is gnarly, that's good. There's no problems with that at all. We can't do this science. We can turn over horizontal now because we're at 47 kilometers, full throttle once again. And let's boost for orbit. And when that mission concludes, or at least when the orbit is established, we get to, well, pop outside the capsule lots of times and return home the bountiful plenty cache of science. And then hopefully we can quickly unlock airplanes and probes and just shoot them off to various destinations to radio home more juicy science. Because that's what we want. And we also want funds. We first want to take our first EVA sample. We want funds as well, because obviously we need a lot of cash for our exploration and colonization efforts. And for that I hope to establish some stations, at least some manned space habitats that can radio back the science readings on demand and thus we wouldn't have to spend too much effort on contracts, and we can just like do our colonization efforts. Oh yeah, we have water, and I know there's about oh wait, I shouldn't forget to actually establish orbit. I know there are like 7 million different biomes that I can get reports of, and I'm not gonna get them all because first of all I'm in an equatorial orbit and not in a polar one, and second and most important of all, I'm far too lazy to do a thorough sweep. We're just gonna get like 6 or 7, and that should be fine. Okay, we are now in a proper orbit, I think. Yes, proper orbit, absolutely. Now comes the boring bit, because now we are over the dark side and it's really hard to tell what biome we are over. I think there's a mod for that as well, but feels a bit cheaty. Kerbin's water, we had that already. Of course, annoyingly, just like our own home planet, most of Kerbin is water. Actually, I'm not sure if that's accurate, but lots of it is water, and grasslands, yay! Oh, we're drifting off the rocket. That's not great. Fortunately, jetpacks are not a separate research and development item, because if that were the case, Jebediah would now have been lost. Tragically. That's the harsh reality of vacuums. Alright. A little bit more. A little bit more. I think this is a new biome. I have no idea if that's true, but it feels like one. Alright, EVA report. Highlands! Hooray! Next, please. Should we keep an eye on his life support, maybe? 2 days, not a huge amount. We probably can't do a lunar flyby without taking... Oh, look at that, an eclipse. We probably can't do a lunar flyby without taking life support into account. That's good to know. We should take that into account then. Highlands again, and drifting off the rocket again. And I think one of the mods I took has like a resource of, well, life support generating stuff for bases, and I hope it does, because resupply missions to Eeloo would be a pain because it's far. Okay, Highlands, we had that like a million times. Let's see, maybe I can get like shores here. Oh, the eclipse is really good now. Grasslands, we already had that as well. Look at that eclipse, it's so good. Oh my god. Mayans are going crazy everywhere. Over the beach. Something. Shores, I'm not sure if I had that yet. I don't think I did. Yeah. That's like 3 or 4 already. I hope to get deserts or something like that as well. We are going to be ditching this whole rocket, by the way. I try to land on these sometimes, and basically you always die if you try that, so don't try that. If you have too tall a rocket, you have to detach the capsule before landing. Mountains, yay, another one. Oh, we're getting so much science here. Unbelievable. Here comes the desert, or maybe Badlands. Badlands are really tiny. You have to get very lucky to get those. Are we lucky? No, grasslands. These are not grasslands, come on. Look down. Does that look like grasslands? Man, maybe the municipal data says it's grasslands, but that's out of date. This is a desert. You convinced it's a desert yet? Go on. Desert, hurrah. Come on, climb back inside. I know you don't want there. It stinks like sweat, but come on, only a few more days. Boom, boom, boom. Moving on. For glorious vengeance. This is more mountains and stuff. Alright, let's make a circle and land in the daylight, shall we? This is good enough for now. Don't want to be landing at night. Stability will complete in 6 days, and before that happens, Jebediah has to be back home, because otherwise, well, he's gonna die. And we're gonna get a cash infusion, because, well, guess what? We made orbit. How much of a cash infusion, actually? Whoa! 59 grand and 30 science. It's nice. Gnarly. So we can research more stuff and get our probe ship together. That's way ahead of schedule. We can do something else first. Alright, alright. I'm mucking about. Let's fire the engines and go home. That's first, and then we can dream about the future. Firing the engines. Now we're gonna land in that little lake. That would be cool. Okay, pointing towards the Earth now. Hold on, there we go. Hope that was enough. All the fuel has been expended, and now comes, of course, the big question. What the hell is the deal with these parachutes that are unsafe to deploy, apparently? I think we're gonna slow down the most with this whole cigar. Just acting like a big log in the atmosphere. And of course, we get to detach the capsule at the last moment. Let's actually make that not happen simultaneously with the parachute. If we are going to be locked in this missile arrangement, that's going to be a bad idea, because then we can decouple, but the rest of the rocket will still just pile drive us down to the planet. Maybe we should detach now, but then we'll lose the big lumbering beam-like braking efficiency. Quite interesting how these age-old problems remain current. I've solved this a million times. Well, I've not solved it once. I've not solved it once, but I've survived this particular landing a million times. I'm sure this is not good for the heating. Let's detach the capsule. And now, now all kinds of stuff is going on. Fortunately, our parachute didn't explode. Oh my god, that was horrible. Well, at least we're going fairly slow now. Let's deploy this at a slightly lower altitude. So otherwise we'll be waiting so long until we go down. It still says chute deployment is unsafe, so let's not deploy the chute then. Did our shield, it ablated a little bit. This must be made for like interstellar entries. Alright, chute deployment is apparently now safe. That is fairly nice, no sweat. Crew report? Nope. And well, let's then deploy the parachute and waft down to the surface. It's not actually deployed yet. Was that altitude like the absolute lowest deploying thing? I don't know what I'm even talking about. No friggin' clue. Alright, more time warp. Parachute has deployed in time warp. Very scary, but it went alright this time. Seems that we have an excellent mission on our hands. 1 hour, researches have been going steadily. And I'm suddenly extremely confident that we will make the Joule and therefore Tylo launch window. We need the probe core, we need the solar panels, and we probably need lots of solar panels because Joule is so far away. We need the better launch pad, because I don't think we're going to make an interesting Joule exploration mission with just 18 tons of allowable launch weight. Why are we going so fast? Oh, this is regular fast. Okay, cool, didn't say anything. Let's go home. Badoom, bada boom. 114 science, that's marvelous. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with that because, well, the timer. Launchpad reconditioning. What can we do? We can look at contracts. Visual surveys of Kerbin. This sounds like something for a plane. Explore the moon. Achieve orbit around the moon. We can accept this contract. It has a landing as well, but you can do these partially, I think. First thing, of course, is a flyby of the moon. And then we can do a landing. We're gonna do this like somewhat sensibly. Although I kind of promised myself that we would only use the moon and maybe Minmus for like practicing landers for Tylo, but that may be ambitious. So let's just explore the moon. Come on, they're paying us millions for it. Come on, we're just not gonna live there, and that's fine. Alright, warping for technology or launchpad reconditioning. That's happening. We can build a lunar thing with this tech. So epilepsy alert is incoming now. We need this tech, and then we can build lunar rocket 1. And in the meantime, we will endeavor to get as much research to make a nice probe for sending to... What? To make some nice probes for Tylo and Eeloo, the namesakes of this series. Yes. Alright, so first thing is the plane stuff, because then we can start utilizing the space plane hangar and the vertical assembly building. So we can have more vehicles to fly. That's good. Research this, 45 science, and that will take 22 days. Oh my god. We will need this after that. That will probably take a similar amount. It's 40 days, and then we will need about 20 days to assemble the big rocket for the probe. It is going to be tight, actually. Does this include batteries? It does not include batteries. My god. It is going to be tight. I like that. I actually like that. Alright, let's make a lunar cod. And the lunar cod is the name, of course, of the Soviet lunar rover. We are not going to rove, but we are going to explore. We need a fairly simple rocket because our launch pad isn't as of yet upgraded. Although we can do that. Let's just do that. We want to have that launch pad upgraded anyway. 52 grand, and then we can make big vessels. Yes. Apologies. Alright. Engines. Small engine. This is also the bit that's gonna come home. And soon our... Let's see. Soon our intrepid Kerbals can also... I can't speak anymore. Our intrepid Kerbals can soon also take... No, I'm just gonna drop that entirely. I have no idea what I was gonna say. We want engines and we want life support. Yes, life support. Everything container, please. Life support supplies container. One container and one waste container. And then we can do 1.5 fuel tanks. This is, I feel, a nice exploratory vehicle for establishing orbit around the moon. Of course, the next step is more rocket bits. Let's have 4 of these. The big honkin' engine. And then come the extra bits. And of course we also want some analysis done. For now we will be content with this will already lift off. Oh my god, in that case we need more fuel. We will not be bringing science payloads on this first mission. This is just for the humans. 5. This is actually almost too much, I would say. Let's add some boosters. .2 should be enough. Should be easily enough for a lunar mission with orbit establishment and going back home again. 4 boosters. Of course we want these as well because we are playing with aerodynamics. I almost forgot about that. And we don't actually have any control authority. That could be a problem. That could be a problem. Therefore I'm going to throttle the SRBs to less of their strength so that they don't have as much of a destabilizing effect. This is actually a fairly dangerous rocket. So, oh, we don't have action groups. Action groups are also a unlockable feature now. So I am going to put an antennae. I'm not going to forget that again. I'm going to put 2 for optimum symmetry here on top. This is a fairly haphazard, dangerous vehicle. But if it works, it will take, I think, Jebediah to the moon for science. No, we're going to send the scientist, obviously. No, we're going to send Jebediah. He's got SAS. No, I don't know yet. Okay, let's build it. We could simulate it. Ah, no. Simulations are expensive. Actually, let's simulate it. I'm not sure what this will cost. This will cost 55. That's really cheap. Show advanced options. I don't know what UT means. Let's simulate this. This is nice. We got an engineering computer here. That means we can simulate the ship for incessant okay. The flight scene is exited. Oh, that's just this phase of the game. Okay. Let's launch. Boom, this is simulation. Doesn't matter what happens. Can we steer? We cannot steer. We can almost steer. Alright, Jebediah with his piloting abilities. Let's see if this holds stable through the SRB boost phase. That's basically all I want to know. After that, I'm confident everything will happen more or less according to plan. It is really hard to steer. I'm like trying to get it on the 90-degree heading and it won't do it. It won't do it. This is impossible. But the SRBs are almost burned out. So basically we're trading steering authority for extra boost power, which is, I think, a consideration that that I am in favor of. Now let's see if separation works out. Bam! Yeah, spectacular, but it did work out, and as I predicted, now I can just steer to my heart's content, basically. Actually, no, it's still really hard to steer, but it is steering somewhat. Actually, no, there's no steering going on. There's very little steering going on. It is hard. It is hard to steer this thing. Can we make it better though? That's the question. We don't have gimbaling engines. Maybe we can add like control authority to the wings. Okay, revert flight to vehicle assembly. I think, is this now the nice? Let's if I go to Space Center. How do I make the mod happy? Do I just hit revert? That will load the game. That's probably not good. We're gonna have to have the mod do that. Revert to editor. So. No, we don't have anything to make this better. Alright, then this is it. Let's build it. We were already building it. Cool. What is our timing mod saying now? VAB, building the Lunacod. Tech is researching this. 22 days, oh my god. So we gotta think now, what do we want to have after this? We won't have the technology to do anything more interesting. Do we want a version with science? Do we want to do just some... Do we just... Yeah, I'm going to make a quick rocket that just does a lot of science in the atmosphere. Oh, we don't even have this the good science canister. Oh, damn it. Alright, just a goo bit. Like 4 goops. And wait a second, we need to retrieve these 4 goops. So we're gonna have a small fuel tank and then a decoupler. Can we have the crossfeed enabled on that? Otherwise we just have to do it manually. Oh, resource transfer wasn't enabled yet. So we're gonna have this empty. This is only there for structural bits. If we're gonna have that empty, it doesn't have to be a fuel tank. We can do this. And then put the sciences there. Take 3 rocket engines. 3 tanks and a rocket engine is what I meant. And a parachute. And this ought to be able to grab some quickie science. Quickie science. The science of quickies. Save and build it. So now, after we have the lunar call, do the actual lunar mission, and then have that one, we should have the next tech tree, upon which point we can embark to research solar panels. Or, no, these, plane things. Plane things, yes. Right. It's a bit tedious, but I like the added complexity. I know I said I wasn't going to do added complexity in this series, but well, it kind of happened accidentally. So we have Lunacod here. ready for launch. And I think I'm going to save that launch for the next episode, where we can then continue on a exciting note with a mission to the moon. So for now, thanks for watching again. Hope we make quick progress to Eeloo and Tylo, which will be the interesting bits of the series. Although of course this was really fun, and if you think so as well, do subscribe so you get notified when new series are uploaded. Thank you for watching, and have a nice and pleasant day or evening or whatever. See you.